Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a makeup look that will stay looking perfect when you have to wear like a full face of makeup for a really long time. So I've got some events on in the city tonight. It is currently 9:25 a.m. in the morning. Because of the way that today is going and all the things that we've got to do, and we've got things with Baba and like a babysitter to organize and all this sort of stuff, I have to do my makeup for an event tonight, right now. So this is legitimately my routine that I fall back on every single time that I need my makeup to really stay looking perfect for the longest amount of time. It's essentially the best, longest lasting, most perfect makeup routine. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this full face of makeup. I might as well hang out with you guys and show you exactly how I do it. I'm really excited. Both Brandon and I are going to these events in the city tonight. They are for work, but they're going to be so much fun. And it'll be the two of us out of the house, away from the baby, together. I'm going to treat it kind of like a date night. Now, tonight's events are pretty bougie. I do have to dress up. The jewelry. And this is a question that you guys ask me about all the time. You know I have super sensitive ears. I spoke about this jewelry brand. I want to say maybe it must have been about it was because it was for my baby shower 6 months ago. This is a jewelry brand called Italo Jewelry. This is how it is spelled, and like the packaging that it comes in is absolutely beautiful. If you have particularly super sensitive ears, my ears go really red and swollen and puffy when I wear jewelry that's not that great. Some costume jewelry I can get away with, but most I cannot. This is a brand that I have found that the jewelry actually I can wear all day, all night, doesn't affect me, and it is some of the most beautiful jewelry I think that I have ever come across. Every single time I wear these earrings, and I will link them in the description bar down below for you, I get questions. I get questions on where they're from, how heavy they are they comfortable to wear? It's yeses all across the board. It's 10s across the board. They are absolutely amazing. I'll zoom in so that you can see them like a little bit better. They are so sparkly and so shiny, and legitimately all the pieces that I have got from Italo Jewelry look like real diamonds. They're not real diamonds, it's affordable jewelry, but it is insane quality. Like the craftsmanship on these, it's on another level. Hopefully you can see here like the clasp, like look how good it is. They clip in like this, and then you press this like little button to undo them. It looks like jewelry that you have spent thousands of dollars on, and it's like insanely affordable. Super quick shipping. They do ship worldwide, and also they've currently got a giant Black Friday sale. It's up to 60% off. Like there's different sales on different pieces of jewelry, so I just thought because I get so many questions about them, I might let you guys know about the sale. I do have some other pieces here I can show you that I've got from them. Oh, this necklace. Literally feel like a celebrity with a diamond necklace on when I wear this. Look at how sparkly. Look at how beautiful, and just the quality. It is straight up on another level. And this is a way to get, you know, just amazing looking stuff, but without having to spend all the money. So yeah, I'll link all of my pieces that I've got down below in case you want to grab any of these, but yeah, up to 60% off. So yeah, these are the earrings that I'm going to wear tonight. And I think because I'm going big on the earrings, I think we'll go maybe less on the makeup. I don't think I'm going to wear the necklace tonight. I like to do like a big chunky necklace when I'm doing like a sleeveless or a strapless dress, which I don't think I'm going to do tonight. Okay, let's get into the makeup. First I will say I always prep my skin with a gel moisturizer. Gel moisturizers are really lightweight. They've usually got water as a first ingredient. They are not greasy. And if you're an oily skin type like me, you need to go with something that is not greasy. But then what I do like to go before doing anything else is going with a setting spray. Now, I can't say too much about this, but this is a sample setting spray. Something that we are working on. Whatever setting spray that you've got, make sure that it is actually a setting spray, not a finishing spray. There's a very big difference. Finishing sprays are generally hydrating and they don't actually set your makeup down. You want a proper setting spray. So spritz your skin with a setting spray. These little sample bottles, like the spritz is so intense. This is obviously not final packaging. Hello. Let that dry down, and then you want to go in with a mattifying primer if you're an oily skin type. If you're not so much an oily skin type, if you're more of a combo skin type, I would put a mattifying primer through the T-zone and just leave everything else. This is our Nikkia Joy Cosmetics Matte Base Primer. Obviously, the only one that you will catch me using because I just love the formula. This one is tinted and it's got kaolin clay in it to mattify. You will notice when you use this, it does activate as you apply it and actually actively smooths texture and pores when it dries down. So you kind of like smooth this out and then press it into the skin. I think a lot of people rub it and that's not the way to apply it. You smooth it and then you actually press it. It gets sticky as it activates, and then it will literally grip onto your makeup and your makeup will stay looking perfect. Already, so much of that texture from the center of my face where I've applied it is completely gone. And then as one more step, because I'm a super oily girl, I actually like to set my primer down with a translucent powder before going in with foundation. Again, Nikkia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder, the only one you'll ever see me using. You want to make sure you use a setting powder that's really finely milled for this, and it's literally a light dusting. Like, I don't mean like, you know, bake your face before going in with foundation. Very light dusting, just to add like an extra barrier to stop the oil coming through. Oh, my skin feels amazing already. Even on non-makeup days, I will do this routine. I'll do the primer and then the powder because it just zaps my pores. Like, I look like I have smooth skin, right? I obviously will link all the products that I use and recommend down below for you guys. Oh, my hair is on another level today. Okay, now you probably can't maybe see it on camera. I have put a layer of self-tanner on. Literally haven't seen the sunlight in, I don't know, 6 months having a newborn. So this is going to continue to develop through the day. So I do need to make sure I use a foundation shade that will match it. This is the MAC Studio Fix Foundation. They did reformulate this. Was it about a year ago now? Honestly, time for me just doesn't compute anymore. I'm not sure where we are. I was really worried about them reformulating this, but I needn't have been because the new one is stunning. And the bottle also comes with a little pump on it now. You used to have to buy that separately. It was such a pain in the bum. But this foundation, literally so smoothing, amazing coverage, feels really, really lightweight on the skin, and it will legitimately last all day long, and it will stay looking perfect all day long. This was always the foundation that I stocked in my pro kit and recommended to all my brides. Just because it would keep you looking perfect for like the longest time possible. It is beautiful. And the reformulated one it's honestly better. It even includes now 24-hour matte plus oil control. So if you're an oily skin type, you're really, really going to like it. I also love that it's like such insane coverage, but you don't have to use that much product. Like the tiniest amount goes the longest way. And it feels super lightweight on the skin. So yeah, I always recommend if you're looking for like a foundation that you really need to last all day, go for something that's full coverage yet lightweight, and it's like more of like a long wearing formula. And don't use too much. You only need small amounts. If you do need to up the coverage, I recommend concealer for that. Just small amounts of product in thinner layers is the way that you want to go. That's how you're going to prevent creasing and caking, and also help to prevent, you know, getting too shiny and oily during the day. Now you can see, like I said, this tan is still yet to develop. So my skin on my face is looking a little bit darker than my neck. But give this, I don't know, an hour and it'll match up perfectly. Should I have tanned yesterday? Absolutely. Did I run out of time? Yes. Like seriously, it's pretty much entirely dried down. The coverage, the way that it erases texture, and the fact that it will stay literally looking this perfect all day. She's a winner. If your wedding is coming up and you are looking for a product that's going to see you through your entire wedding day, I couldn't recommend this anymore. I absolutely love it. Now, because like normally I would do eyeshadow first and then I would go back to the skin, but because we're going to go like quite natural on the eyes, I think we'll keep going with the skin. And this is actually another product from MAC. This is another new release, much newer than the foundation relaunch. It's the Studio Radiance Concealer. This is again a concealer that's super high in coverage, but really, really lightweight on the skin. So you don't need to use too much. I'm using it in NC 17. It's actually NC 17.5, which might be a new shade for them. Slightly lighter, just to help balance like the darkness of the foundation. It's absolutely gorgeous. Blends out like a dream. Really, really lightweight on the skin. Doesn't get greasy or oily, crepey, all of that. Can hardly feel that you're wearing it, but it gives like coverage. Absolutely like just perfect as far as concealers go. Like I'm gonna be wearing my makeup. We're talking like 16 hours today. It's going to be a really, really late night with these events. So just pushing this into the skin, blending it out. This is our Pro Perfecting Sponge from my brand Nikkia Joy Cosmetics. We did make these with teeny, teeny, tiny little pores. They're finer than most sponges on the market so that they don't absorb as much product. Yeah, I love them for blending out products. You can obviously use whatever sponge you want. But if you are interested in grabbing one, actually, if you're interested in trying anything from my brand, we do have a giant Black Friday sale happening. I know lots of you guys stock up on the setting powder every year in our Black Friday sales. So yeah, that is happening at the minute as well. 30% off site-wide, so 30% off everything. And there are lots of flash deals as well. If you're subscribed to our mailing list, like you'll see like all the exclusive deals that happen. They'll get delivered to your inbox. I mean, look at that concealer. It's literally perfect. And again, even more texture has disappeared after blending that in. Okay, to powder the under eyes, I'm taking our Velvet Finishing Powder, except this is the brightening version. Again, it's on sale if you want to try it. It's actually tinted with pink and violet pigments to help correct and brighten the under eye area. And I'm going to apply that using one of our powder puffs. I mean, I feel like this has turned into an ad for my brand. I didn't mean it to, but these are all my favorite products and these are the ones that will get my makeup to last. So pressing that into the skin, you will notice that the texture will just melt away and it will instantly brighten the areas where you apply it. You can also bake with this if you are looking to get like really, really intense brightening results. You can pretty much use it any way you want. Look at the difference though. Look at the side by side between the eyes. And I've already got concealer on, but look how much brighter and smoother and more perfect the skin looks here. Like, she works instantly, and she will also lock your makeup in place for 16 hours, which is what we need today. So I just like to use the brightening one under the eyes, and pushing it into the skin like this is really gonna lock that makeup down. Oh my God. Every time I use this, I'm shocked. It just makes my under eyes look so bright. And then I also do a little brightening on my chin. I essentially highlight with it. And then I also do it a little in the center of my forehead. I mean, skin goals. Like it works so well. And then I go in with the original powder. This one is just our normal translucent color. It's not tinted with the pink. This is the same one that I dusted over the primer, like to set it down. I just push this into the rest of my skin. It's really important when you are applying setting powders, especially if you're wanting a really long lasting finish, to actually push them into the skin rather than swiping, rather than rubbing. And if you do prefer to set with a brush, this is our Luxe powder brush. Don't do any of these. Don't do any of this. You want to press it, like use dabbing motions. It will stop micro exfoliation and it will keep your skin looking as smooth as possible, and also helps to erase texture. Down the nose, making sure that's all set in perfectly. I like to run it over the eyes. It creates a really good base for eyeshadow, stops your eyeshadow from creasing as much. Stop your lids getting oily. Like literally, look at my skin. It's perfect. And the good thing about this is it's going to stay looking perfect all day, which like I said, is really what we need. Next up, I like to go in with a bronzer. I've got two favorites that I've been switching between at the minute. This one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Bronzer. I like this because it's quick and simple and easy and never looks patchy. And then I've been doing a little bit of layering, kind of layering over that with the Benefit Hoola Caramel, because this is a deeper shade. It suits my skin tone. And again, it's just another like foolproof product. I also love both of these bronzers in terms of how long they last on the skin, like the longevity. But in saying that, you could pretty much, if you do this base routine and you use these products, and apply them in the way that I've shown you, you can use any bronzer over the top and it's really not going to make a difference. Like, it's going to last really well. It's more about how you construct the base and set the base that is going to affect how the products last on top. If you're after some more affordable bronzers, Maybelline makes really amazing ones. I love the L'Oreal formulas, and I also love the Milani formulas. There's definitely some really, really good drugstore options out there. Kind of like layer that first, and then I go in with Hoola Caramel, which as you can see, it's a little bit deeper, and it kind of just like strengthens the contour a bit, strengthens the bronzer, makes it like a little darker just around the edges. Adds colour back into my face. Okay, next up is blush, obviously, to add a little bit more colour to the face. And another tip that I have, and most people are so scared of products like this, choose a blush that is like insanely obnoxiously bright. And I know it's like, that looks terrifying. I don't want to put that on my skin. They're actually the formulas that come off looking the most natural, and they add the least amount of texture to your face because you don't have to build them up. They offer so much pigment without having to add too much to the skin, and they usually don't add any texture. My current favorite one is this one from Dior. You do not have to use a Dior blush by all means, but you'll see what I mean. She's obnoxiously bright. Like, you look at this, most people will be like, I'm not putting that on my face. Like, that's going to look crazy. It doesn't. They come off really, really natural, and you only have to use the tiniest amount. So this is the Dior Rosy Glow in the shade Cherry. Interestingly, the pink one, super viral, you know, the pink Dior blush that everyone talks about. I hate that color. It's like a really pastel pink. Doesn't add enough pigment to my skin tone. Winds up just like looking like a gray stripe, but the cherry one I absolutely love, and it's a really lightweight, thin formula. So I literally take the tiniest amount, and I have been using this blush for the longest time. You can still see all of the Dior print on it. That's what I mean. Like, you just don't need much at all. And then I like to just very, very softly add it to the skin, and you'll see that color start to come through. But it's not loud, it's not crazy, it's not obnoxious. It's actually really, really lightweight, and it just adds the pigment to the skin without adding the texture. A lot of blushes, like, you got to build them up, and yeah, that does make them, you know, less scary to use, like easier to play with. Most people feel a lot more comfortable with them, but if you use these brights with only a tiny amount, it just looks perfect and no texture. So just another little tip that I like to do. And then as far as adding color to the skin, that's pretty much it. I do like to go back in with setting spray though, set the skin down before I do the eyes. So setting that down, and try as well, after you've used a setting spray over the top of your base makeup, don't touch your makeup for, I mean, if you can, about 3 minutes. You really want to allow that setting spray to really, really dry down on the skin, because the skin can stay a little bit damp after applying it for a few minutes. We don't want to touch anything. We don't want to disturb anything. We want it to really, really last. So yeah, no touching your face. Now, as far as eyeshadow goes, I'm going to start out with this medium brown. I'm so sorry. I have to be one of those painful beauty bloggers. I can't tell you what this is. This is also something that's coming very soon. Little sneak peek. We might be working and developing and launching very soon something that starts with a P. But a medium brown I'm dusting across the lid. You can obviously, you know, if you want to recreate this look, just use any shadows that you've got at home already. And I'm sort of fanning that out towards the outside. I'm going super, super low key on the eyes because my outfit is going to be quite loud. I think I'm going to wear like neon yellow boots. I thought, why not? Why not? Mum's getting out of the house. Let's go hard. And then I'm also going to rub that through the lower lash line. I am also using brushes from our brand. I will link all of the products down below if there's anything here that you see that you want to grab. Because like I said, 30% off everything. So yeah, if you've been looking to try anything now, is a good time. Through the lower lash line to make it a little smoky. These are such smooth shadows. Has it taken literally 2 years to get them right? Yes, but we're not going to talk about that. I honestly feel like manufacturers absolutely hate working with me. I feel like they see me coming and they run. They're just like, not that girl again. But to get things perfect, you got to work on it. I'm shifting over to a slightly deeper brown. Just going to pack that right in the outer corner. I'm only using like literally the tiniest amount. This is our 806. This is our precision blend brush. It's a blending brush, but it is way smaller. So if you've got smaller eyes like me, it's just really good for getting in there and getting the job done without accidentally covering your whole face with eyeshadow. I do find a lot of the blending brushes that are available are far too big for my eyes, and that's why we developed these. Like, a lot of our brushes are much smaller, and they're also hand cut, so they don't have like that jagged edge. It just makes them really easy to blend with. A little bit of smokiness. That's pretty much all I'm going to do with the eyes. Like I said, like, I'm just keeping them like super low key. I do find like days like this when I'm wearing my makeup for a really, really long time, I don't like to wear like super heavy eye makeup. I feel like by the time I get to the end of the day, I don't know, it's just too long. Like 16 hours of wear. We're going to go more simple on the eyes. And then for mascara, I've got a newie that I've been obsessed with. It's got a bit of a funny name. It's from Australis. This is an Australian drugstore brand. The Emotional Support Mascara. I'm not sure why it's called that, but it's a really good formula. It's a tubing mascara. It's got a rubber bristled wand, and it just, like, it makes my lashes look so good. So I'm going to pop on a couple of coats of this. Oh, it just instantly transforms your eyes. Look at those earrings sparkling. Literally, they're so pretty. I mean, I've only put a tiny bit on. Look at the side-by-side comparison. This eye with no mascara and a tiny bit on this side. Just makes my eyes look so much bigger. But I'm going to finish this off camera, and then we'll come back for the lip. Okay, mascara is all done. such a good affordable mascara. Like, it honestly works so well. Also, doesn't flake, doesn't transfer. I don't end up with panda eyes. It's so good. I probably will, well, I've got this rogue bit of hair. I probably will add a lash right before we get into the events tonight. I'll just pack them in my handbag and do it. I don't particularly want to wear them all day long. I'm just touching up my brows quickly now. This is the Benefit Micro Filling Pen. I've been raving on about this for years. It just makes it so easy to do your brow. Darkening them up and filling them in a tiny bit. And then for the lip, I want a one and done. I don't want to have to keep touching up my lipstick during the day today. There's literally going to be no time, and I want pretty much a lipstick that I can put on this morning and not have to worry about. And I'm still obsessed with the Maybelline one. So these are the Super Stay Vinyl Inks. You do have to shake them up a little bit. They're a liquid lipstick that stays shiny. They're honestly phenomenal. If you do have any like lip balm or lip gloss on your lips, make sure you get that off first. They need to be laid down on pretty much nothing if you're going to get them to last as long as possible. I will still have to touch it up like occasionally, but barely. Like, you barely have to touch these. This is the shade 35 Cheeky. Fun fact, this is actually the #1 best-selling lip colour in Australia. There you go. How cool is that? It's a really pretty pinky nude. I mean, who's surprised at this point? It's all I ever wear. If you want to go in a thin layer, and like I said, shake it before you put it on first. It's a really thin formula. So just a nice thin layer on the bottom lips and also the top lips. The thinner the layer, the longer this will last. And then another tip with this particular formula, don't let your lips touch for maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes if you can last. It needs to dry down because it does actually set down, but it stays shiny. You know how like you'd normally put a lipstick on there when you'd like rub your lips together? Don't do that because it will actually get sticky and come off. It needs to be allowed to dry down before you touch it. And then after it's dried down, do another layer of setting spray. I'm trying not to touch my lips together. And this is the makeup essentially done. It's quite natural. It's quite basic. I will add a lash later on, which will obviously make my eyes be like a little bit more of a pop. But I guarantee you this base, and you can touch your face. You don't have to worry about transfer or anything. It will stay looking like amazing all day. Won't get cakey, won't get creasy. You won't get heaps of oils coming through and melting it off. Won't get super shiny. And it's really lightweight. Like, it doesn't feel like you've got like a really heavy full face of makeup. It is my go-to. And I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So yeah, links for all the products will be in the description bar. I'll also link the earrings and the other jewelry that I showed you if you happen to be interested in checking out their Black Friday sale. I need to go and get dressed and continue on, but I love you guys heaps. If you've got any questions about any of the products that you saw in today's video, please pop them down below, and I will catch you all in my next video. Have an amazing day. I still can't believe like both Brandon and I are leaving the house together tonight. It's going to be wild. Yeah, I will talk to you guys next week in my next video. Bye guys.